How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to Facebook, good morning to YouTube, and good morning, Instagram. How are you this morning? I hope you are well this morning. We are talking about possibility today. Let me clear my throat. Do me a favour, go onto your social media and share this with your contacts. Yes, it is that moment where we share. Those of you who are just joining in, this is Morning Inspiration. I am your host, Yvonne Michéle, and we are here this morning talking about possibility. But it's encompassed in a teaching. It's encompassed in a teaching. And that teaching talks about something. So we're gonna go into that this morning. So my question to you this morning is, what is your why? What is your why? What is the thing that motivates you the most and gets your heart pumping with excitement? I'm asking you, what is your why? Why am I asking about your why? Because your why is the thing that's going to motivate you. It's going to push you. It's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you balanced. Your why is that thing that you focus on. Yeah, your why. What is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you in the place that you are in? What is the outcome that you want to achieve? Because at the end of the day, remember, when we're teaching and when we're learning in everything that we do, in every capacity, we want to know what is the end goal? What is the result that you want? What is the result that you want? For those of you just logging in, good morning, good morning, good morning. Do share this with your network. We are in morning inspiration. Yes, we are. For those of you who have just joining us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you on Facebook, how you doing? Hi Trisha, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. So, those for YouTubers, how you doing? Do remember to click like and subscribe. Yes, please. So again, I go back to, what is your why? What is your intention? What is it that you want? Let me just do that. What is it that you want to achieve? What is your why? Yeah, what is your why? What is the thing that motivates you and pushes you and keeps you going? It stimulates you, gets your heart pumping, it gets you excited. What is that one thing? Okay. And when you know your why, it becomes your vehicle. This is why I'm telling you, it becomes the vehicle to everything in your life. It becomes your vehicle. It determines what you do. And it determines your success and your failures. This one key thing. This is a gold mine this morning. I want you to really think about why you do what you do. What is the driving force? Because listen, there are things that drive us, and there are things that drive us differently. So there are things that will drive us in a walker's pace. Yeah, I can just do that, walking. But there are some things that have urgency that you may have to travel in your car. So and so you want to get there quicker. You got to know, and then you might have to use your sat nav. When you use your sat nav, it's giving you directions. And so you've got to think about, what is your why? What is that thing, that burning desire? Let me tell you this. When I first started out in life, I had my son when I was 16 years old. So, as I often say, they used to say, baby having baby. I had my first son when I was 16 years old. And I had no direction at that time. I was a young teenage mother, and I didn't know anything really about life. I thought I did, but I didn't. And so I had this baby, and he was born really small. So when he was born, he was £4. So he was, and back then £4 was really, really small. So he had to go in an incubator and all of those things. His lungs were not as developed as they wanted it to be. So I had this tiny baby, fragile baby in my arms as a 16-year-old person, and not knowing what direction to go to in life or what to do. But I had this baby. And I had no resources. I had nothing really. I only had what I had learned from my mother, and the fact that I was living with my sister and living in her house. So I've got this baby, and I had to make a decision. I could either run the course and be like most and just try and be and live on the state and try and navigate my life that way, or I could do something very different. Now I had this baby and I had to think, well, what was my start in life like? Reflection. So I'm comparing, because most of the time with your why, you're going to compare yourself to somebody else. I'm just saying this is what happens, and whether you want to believe it or not, you will, because you'll want to see, well, I want to be here, so how do I get here? So there's a comparison to where you are now to where you want to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's where the comparison comes in. So I had this baby, and I look, and this baby's looking at me with these big eyes, with his little face. And I had to make a decision, and he became my why. So I knew that I had to give to this baby. I'd come from an environment where I'd lost my home. Yes, at a young age, we were evicted. And so I felt that I never wanted to put my child in that position at the age of 16. Come on, somebody. At the age of 16, I recognized that I wanted to provide a home for my child. So how was I going to do that? He then became my why I did everything, why I then went I started working in the only place that I knew how, that was in hair, at the age of 6. And actually my journey with hair started way before that. It started when I was 11 years old, when my mother died. I had to learn. So I learned to do my hair, and I learned to do it well. And from there, I then made a decision that was going to be the pathway. That was going to be how I feed my child, how I put nappies on his backside, how I nurture him, how I'm able to give to him, to provide for him. That was my why. What did it progress to? It progressed to me owning my own hairdressing shop. Yes, guys, I've had my own business for a long time, and it started off in the hair industry. That's where it started. But I'm telling you this story because I want you to understand what my why was. And my why started from the possibility of being able to do something. So what is the possibility that you're looking at? What is the thing that you want to achieve? What is that thing that is going to move you, shape you to create something new for yourself and or for your family? What is your why? What is the thing that motivates you? My son was the thing that got me up every morning. Every time I thought about him, every time I thought about his needs, every time I thought about how I had to make provision for him, every time I thought about, well, how's he going to learn to read and write? Every time I thought about, he's a black child, how is he going to cope in this world? He became my why. It was the possibility of providing for him. So what is the possibility today for you? What is the possibility? Come on, guys, I want you to think about this. I want you to come and good morning. I want you to start thinking and write down this morning, what is your why? What is that thing that motivates you the most, that gets your heart pumping with excitement? It was my son. But you see, the thing is, when you have that emotion of excitement, you have one of two things you can believe. You can either believe that you are in a state of fear, or you can believe that you are in a state of excitement. Because the emotion of fear and excitement feels the same. So I don't know if any of you have to go do public speaking or go on a stage or do anything, present a presentation at work, or you might have a Zoom group where it's a free group. Maybe you've just started through the lockdown and you're talking to all these different people. At that moment, just before you go forward, if you're a teacher, before you start teaching your lessons in school, before you go and you speak, there's an emotion that goes on inside of us. And we represent that. It's either we're nervous, which is a fear, or we're excitement, which is a non-fear state, meaning that you are in control, you're excited, and you want to do this thing. And those two emotions are the same. So what is your why? Your why could make you feel scared. My why made me feel scared. That emotion, that heartbeat, that heartbeating emotion, it made me feel scared. It made me think, can I do this? It made me think, oh, maybe I'm not maybe I can't do this. But I had to change that fear because of my why. because I was in a fearful state, because I never wanted to be a parent that lost my home for my children. I wanted to be able to provide. I wanted to be in a better state than my parent at the time. I wanted to do better. Right? They say when you know better, you must do better. So I knew that I had to provide, and I knew that it was on me. But there's still that emotion, and I want you to understand when I'm talking about the emotion, because some of you might say, well, oh, Yvonne, you're excited, but I'm scared. Well, my feeling at that moment was fear. Fear of not being able to be the parent that I wanted to be, not being able to provide what I wanted to give to my son at that time. But it all started off with the possibility of me being able to do it. Can I do it? Should I do it? What will happen if I do it? And we have I'm just talking about this because I want you to understand your why is no different from my why. And I want you to understand how you flip the script. You might feel scared, you might feel frightened, but I'm challenging you this morning to change that fear, change that mindset into, actually, yes, I'm feeling this emotion, but it's not the emotion of fear, it's the emotion of excitement. Because when you're excited about something, you're more willing, you're more able, you feel that you're more in control of doing that thing. So I'm just saying to you, I'm just giving you a nugget that excitement and fear is the same emotion. It feels, should I say, the same. Your heart pumps, your hands are sweaty, you're nervous, you're overthinking, you might feel nauseous, you might start pacing. There are, you might feel all different emotions at that stage, that state that you're in. But I promise you, if you reframe it and flip that script on yourself and change that thought into, this is what it feels like to be excited, you will manage and navigate that thing that you want to do so much differently. And you will be far more in control than what you've ever been. And one of the things about having the control, it gives you confidence. So if you want to feel more confident, use this and see. Let me know. Send messages back to me and let me know if this worked for you. Change your mindset. Good morning. Oh, we have a special guest this morning. Say good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
And say good morning to this one over here. Say good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Lovely. Okay, so now he's my why. He's my why. This is my why. Let me introduce you to my why. His name is Mason. He's my grandson, and he is my why. Why I get up. Because at the end of the day, we're in lockdown. I could stay in my bed. I could just be chilling. But he's my why, because he's the next generation. He's the reason why I do and I plant. Because me doing this is planting seeds. That's my why. Okay. So I told you the story of my son. I told you that story, and I told you that story for a reason, because that he used to be. My son is now a big man and has produced this gorgeous little boy. So whereas my son don't need me as much. Oh, that's lovely. Is it magic? Is it magic orange juice?
Yeah,
Oh, you like it with the bits. He likes orange with the bits. Yes, he does. Right. Everybody's saying hi, Mason. Hi, Mason. Hi, Mason. So yes, guys, this is what it looks like. This is what a why looks like. It's that drive. It's that thing that's going to get you up every morning. Yeah, he got me up this morning. Didn't you? Yeah.
And I got in your bed.
You did, didn't you? Right. So this is what I'm saying. Your why could be anything. It doesn't necessarily need to be a person, your grandson, your children. Your why could be whatever you say it is. And so anyway, when you know your why, it becomes your vehicle. As I was saying, to everything in your life, it determines what you do, your success and your failures. Your why is a belief system that will hold you about yourself or something you want to do, and without compromise or apology. That's what I'm saying. I'm not apologizing for nothing that I believe in. This is how it is. Boom. Done. That's it. Right? This is it. That is it. So I want to give you 5 simple steps to owning your why successfully. And the first thing I want you to keep in your mind is the possibility of creating. It's the possibility of achieving. It's the possibility of having. It's the possibility of being the person that you know, that you know, that you know you were created to be on this earth. So, first thing, embrace it with all passion and the desire you have. That's the first thing. Embrace that possibility. Embrace it. Don't fear it. Don't shy away from it. Don't run away from it. Embrace it like this. Hold on to it. Yeah? The possibility, hold on to it. Embrace it. Number 2, focus and pursue it daily. That whatever the why is, there must be one thing that you can do to contribute to that why every single day. One thing. This thing will change your life. You might think, oh, but I want this, I want that. No. What is your why? What is the possibility? And make it possible. Make it possible. Yeah? This is it. So, right, so focus and pursue it. Do one thing every day as you pursue it. Number 3, tap in to your source. What is your source? What is your source? What is your source? Tap into your source. My source is the higher source. My source is prayer. My source is meditation. My source is grounding. My source is reconnecting with me. Why? Because this, the higher source, the greater source, the provider, the person who or the entity that gives me strength is already within me.
Mimi,
hello. Yes, darling.
Mm-hmm. What's this on the camera?
That's you there. That's you there. This is the comments down here. So you must train up the child in the way that they should go, and in their old age they will not depart from it. Mason likes the camera, as you can see. He likes it. This is an investment, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Can I get back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do one? Do you want to do a point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. I want you to say, take action.
Take an action.
Yeah. So say everybody. Yeah. You must take action.
Everybody must take action
in your life.
In your life.
So it will change.
So it will change.
They had it. You got the next step. That's step number 4. Take action. Take a minimum of one small action step per day, no matter what. No matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter how things are getting you down, no matter how excited you feel, no matter how scared you feel, no matter. Are you going? Yeah, to come and say goodbye. You must have manners. You must always have. So see you later.
See you later. Bye.
And that one. Say bye. That one.
Bye.
That's it. Well done. Thank you. Right. You see. Bye. Well done. Thank you for your appearance today. Right. So again, number 4. Take action. As Mason said, take action. Right, he's there talking. Right, take action. Take a minimum of one step of action no matter what. Number 5, this is the 5th step because we're finishing. Number 5 is to celebrate. One of the things that we, especially women, I am talking to you right now. What we don't do is celebrate. We don't celebrate the small wins. We don't celebrate the things that we are achieving. So I want you to take one thing and do every day is pat yourself on the back, a little 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 on the back. Yes, pat yourself on the back. Give yourself some props. Notice what you are doing. Notice how big you are playing in your pond. Notice that and celebrate that. Celebrate yourself. Whether you're just starting something new, whether you are a teacher, whether you are starting a new business, whether or not you are pulling your family together, no matter where you find yourself, when you achieve something, no matter how small and insignificant you think it is, I want you to notice how you're playing. I want you to celebrate yourself and go bigger, go bolder, be brighter, and be seen. Let your light shine, man. Let your light shine. So what is your why? Right? I want you to know that when you know why you do what you do, even the toughest days become easier. Do you hear me? When you know your why, when you know why you do what you do, your days, your toughest days become easier. So I want you, in the last few minutes, I've got a few minutes. I want you, is there anyone who's got any questions? I'm just going to take some questions. I want you to get inside of your own mind. I want you to start thinking about what your why is. I want you to understand the possibility of whatever you want. Your why is. What is the possibility of what is that possibility of doing what? The possibility of having a show of my own or mainstream TV, the possibility of providing for all of my family that they can just chill out and everything is there, carpetic, done, everything is nice. It's the possibility of living the life of my dreams gets me out of my bed every morning. I could be laying still like broccoli, but I'm not. So what is your why? What is your why? What things are getting you motivated? What things makes your heart feel excited or even scared? What is it? My why is my son, myself, the children I teach. Boom. Thank you, Michelle. That's the thing is, you hear my son. Every time she thinks of her son, it motivates her. Every time she thinks of herself, it motivates her of where she wants to be. Every time she thinks of the children that she wants to teach, to impart knowledge to give them a good start, it ignites something and gets her motivated. What is your why? What is the vehicle that's going to drive you? I want you to understand what it is. Grace Campbell is saying her why is her health. That is a boom moment, because you know what? Your health is your wealth. If you don't have health, you can have all the money in the world. But if you haven't got your health, you know nothing. Listen, we're coming to the end of the show. This is what I want you to understand. It's not the fact of your doing, it's why you do what you do, because the why is what's going to move you. The why is what's going to push you. The why is going to shape you and give you that thing that will keep you going. What you to think about is why. Why are you doing that? Why does it give you that good feeling? What is it about what you do? Because that's the focus. That's what's going to keep you on those days when you know the shit hits the fan and you're fed up, or you know, we might go further into another lockdown where everything lock off, even though everything lock off now, but it might get worse. What are you going to do to keep yourself going? That's the question. That's the answer. Right, that's the answer that I'm looking for. I want you to think. I want you to go deeper in your thinking. It's like having a trophy. It's like I want to be the greatest singer in the world. This is just an example, right? And this is the trophy that I would get. Can you see the gold microphone, right? This is the trophy that I could get. My why is this, for instance. It's not, but my why would be this. And every time I think about doing something, I'm going to remember the reason why I'm doing it. So what is your why? What is your why? Okay. So Veronica says, I feel pleasure when I show them off and people comment on it, and that pushes me more. Okay, cool. We're moving forward. I still want you to narrow that down, right? Because so your why is the feeling there. It's the feeling. It's the emotion that you're getting from it. So I want to start looking for old furniture and make them beautiful again. Boom. Okay. So your reasoning for doing it is how it makes you feel, right? So you have to now hold on to that and make that feeling of accomplishment so big that's all you can see. Because when you are feeling low, if you can't over supersede that emotion, you will not get up and do what you're doing. So you have to now build on that why. You have to build on the fact that you create something, you become a creative person, and you're evolving and you're making something grow. You're evolving furniture, you're changing it to that. So make that bigger. I want you to really focus on that, Veronica, because that will help to push you forward. That will help to keep you going in those dark days. Because, you know if we're real, that sometimes we have dark days. We do. We know that sometimes our mental health troubles us. Sometimes we think really negative. And it's in those times that you're going to need your why. When that day, that Groundhog Day feeling hits you, how are you going to move forward? It's your why. It's the possibility of creating change. It's the possibility of doing something that you want to do and mastering it. It's the possibility of you being that person that you always thought that you was. That person deep down inside you see yourself and nobody else sees you that way. It's the possibility of being that person. So I want you to think about how you think about what you want to do and create such a big why that nothing can stop you. Because what I am trying to do is raise up a nation of unstoppable people. That's what I'm trying to do. Raise a people that have an unstoppable nature, an unstoppable belief. Because the only thing and the only person, the only entity that can stop you from achieving what you believe you are here to do is you. We're just at the end of the show, but do look on the replay and learn something today, because I believe this will help you in your life. What is your why? It's the power of possibility. It is the power of possibility that you have. And also remember, the last thing I want to remind you about is that there is no difference between the emotion of fear and excitement. That should set somebody free today. That should really, really set somebody free today. They are the same. So when you're feeling in fear, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling those feelings before you're going to do something, remember that the emotion of fear and the emotion of excitement feels exactly the same. And so if you change, if you reframe that, you flip it on its back, and you start to say to yourself, I'm so excited about today. My heart's racing, my palms are wet. I'm feeling a little bit, I'm even feeling a little bit nauseous, but I am excited. It will change the chemicals in your brain to perform differently. You will, I promise you that will happen. So this is your girl, Yvonne Michéle. I want to thank you for being here today for Morning Inspiration. And remember the power of your why. The power of your why. Really think about what your why is. That thing that's going to keep you going, keep you motivated, and keep you on track to fulfill your dreams. This is your girl, Yvonne Michéle. I'm out of here. Ciao, ciao for now.